Hi guys, so today's look is Piplup. Enjoy! So the first step for this look is to take a white eyeliner pencil. I've just taken any old pencil that I bought from the store and I'm going to outline all of the sections that I'm going to fill in this look. If I was to do this again, I would make the forehead slightly smaller just to make it appear a little more round as I didn't like the final shape in the end. I did use a reference picture throughout this look just to gauge what placement I would use on the face and what basic shapes were needed when I was drawing. Once I completed the outline, I started filling in the white sections with my white pencil and blending them in with my finger. I changed to a thicker pencil halfway through because I realised it would cover more space in less amount of time. I then buffed it in with the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. Believe it or not, pulling the weird faces when you're buffing it in does actually help. Sort of. And then I flapped because I realised I'd forgotten my water. So for this next step, I took a rather large flat rounded brush and just filled in the top section with a dark blue. If I did this again, I would go for a slightly lighter blue, but obviously not that much lighter because I don't want it to be the same colour as the nose section. I don't think it is a nose, but you know what I mean. I went over this a couple of times just to get the solid colour. If I did it again, I'd probably use less water in the paint. But you know, learning curves and all. I then took an eyeshadow in the same colour that I used for the face paint on a small fluffy brush and just went over it to set that. As you can see, I then took a flat, I think it's a watercolour brush, and I took a very, very light blue. Now this is blue, you can't really see it on the camera, but you'll see it later on. And I just went through the section above the beak. I then for some reason took a smaller angled brush. It would have made a lot more sense outlining with this and then using a foundation brush to paint this. Oh, I did change brush eventually. And I just went round the look with black paint. Now if you put then a black hood on or had a black background, this would look really effective. But I don't have either of those things, so I just did it for the outline, I guess. I then set the light blue section with an eyeshadow and then went into yellow paint and started filling in the beak. I set this with an eyeshadow as well. At this point I went back over, especially the white section, but I also went over the blue section just to make sure that the outlines were all perfected and there wasn't any gaps in the paint. I then outlined the entire look with an angled brush and black body paint. Don't worry about this being wonky because it won't affect the final look. You can always touch it up afterwards if you want to. I then filled in the eyes. I started doing little circles for the white spots, but I then decided against this as A, I'd put them on the wrong side, and B, it's easier to do it the way I show later on. At this point I noticed a shadow on the lower part of Piplup's face, so I took a purple shadow from a 120 palette and just filled that in. I then took cotton buds with makeup remover on them and removed the circles where the white dots on his eyes are. I then took a white pencil and filled in the white dots in his eyes, touched up any final bits on the face, and then I was done. So this is the final look. I hope you liked it and thanks for watching. Bye!